Ayun, sabi ni Mr. Emma99, instead na signature campaign, bakit hindi na lang people power sa EDSA, punuin ng EDSA? Eman, saan ka galing? 2024 pa lang, nagra-rally na tayo. Meron ka bang kahit isang rallying pinuntahan? Hindi nga mapuno, okay? Hindi nga mapuno. Di ba nagsasabi dyan na, hindi mag-people, i-organize mo na. Kasi ginawa rin namin yan. It is not as if hindi yan in-explore, yung mag-rally-rally. No one's stopping you. Pag magparally ka, pupunta rin ako. Diba? Bakit takot na takot talaga at pinipigilan nila itong signature campaign?
Because it's practical.
I have an idea. I have an idea. At meron din akong idea kung sino nagpapapigil dyan.
Really?
As in.
It's practical eh. It's practical. It's legal. It is not, parang, hindi siya, hindi siya malaking spectacle. You don't, walang, you can make money out of it.
Kasi I think, parang, it is the first time that they see that people are moving organically.
Yeah.
And this is something that they cannot duplicate. Alam mo, Daniel, pag kunwari merong mga pop-up signature location ng Tay Kami Naman, punta ka doon, mag-observe ka, yung mga Duterte supporter na pumupunta doon. Okay, one of the reason why we formulated Tay Kami Naman Global Signature Campaign to Free PRRD. One of the reason kung bakit to naisip is because we already tried staging rallies after rallies after rallies. 'Di ba? Halos lahat ng rally napuntahan ko eh. Halos lahat ng napuntahan ko na eh. Ganyan. But it's really, really very difficult to put Dutertistas in one place. Unang-una, yung mga Dutertista, bulk ng mga Dutertista, they are busy in life. May trabaho, nag-aalaga ng bata, nag-aalaga ng anak, nag-aalaga ng ganyan-ganyan. Wala silang panahon na tumambay ng maghapon, 2 araw, 3 araw sa EDSA or sa Liwasang Bonifacio or somewhere. Okay? It's very, very difficult. In fact, kapag niyaya mo yung mga yan, napupunta doon, it will really cost them. Ito yung mga tao, karamihan sa mga kababayan natin, yung mga kababayan natin nahihirapan na buhay ngayon, karamihan dyan, yung, ang tawag dito, yung kailangan nilang, yung kanilang ikabubuhay, kailangan nilang pagtrabahuhan ng araw na yun. Diba? However, for the signature campaign, all they need is maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes of their time. And they can already show their support for this cause.
Yeah.
Okay? So if we are going to get 10,000 signature, that's 10,000 signature organic, tangible, mabibilang, countable, finite, verifiable. Diba? And these are the people na pagkagaling sa trabaho sa office, maghahanap sila ng booth. Look at those people in Cebu going to the signature booth of Ma'am Christine Takahashi. Na ang tawag dito, yung mga booth, maraming ito si Ma'am Christine Takahashi, grabe, sobrang hero to si Ma'am Christine Takahashi ng Tay Kami Naman signature campaign sa Cebu. Kasi naglagay siya ng mga signature booths sa iba't ibang lugar sa Cebu province.
Tama.
So yung ngayon, yung mga workers, yung mga Duterte supporters dyan, 'di ba? Pagkatapos ng office, magkakasama sila, magkaka-opisina, dumaan sila, nagpirma sila. 'Di ba? Ako na-experience ko first hand. Duterte supporters, nagpunta Miss Joey, alam mo, sa totoo lang, gusto ko talagang pumunta sa rally, pero hindi talaga ako makapagsara ng tindahan. Hindi talaga namin afford na, hindi magtrabaho or iwan yung hanap buhay namin. Ganyan. Pero ito, nung nakita ko, nung naka-live ka, nagpunta ako dito, nag-sign ako. Sabi ko kasi 15 minutes lang naman eh.
At most. Diba? At most. Alam mo, Miss Joey, I just thought of this. Parang siyang continuous rally eh.
It is!
It's like
it is! And it is a way to impose our number. Exactly. Diba? Kung meron tayong nakuha na 1 million signature, imagine that 1 million people in one place. Tangible number, verifiable number.
Continuous rally. That's how what you've said before, this is how you flex the head count, Dutertista head count. Diba? This is a continuous rally. At you cannot preempt kasi minsan may mga tao nagsiset up ng sariling booth sa iba't ibang lugar. You never know. So, hindi nila makontrol yun eh. Di ba?
Oo. Correct.
And-
And how can you, you see people coming to signature booth, yung mga nagtayo ng mga signature booth or yung mga relatives na nagpapapirma within the family, ganyan. You will not be able to duplicate that because no other leader has the love of the people na kasing tindi ng pagmamahal ng mga Pilipino kay PRRD.
Agree.
Yung ang tawag dito yung sa signature caravan, yung sa live ni Kababayan PH. Yung nanay na nagmamadali na parang, uy, nakita ko naka-live ko, nagmamadali ako pumunta dito. Akala ko hindi na ako aabot. Yung umiiyak siya. Sabi niya, kahit sa pirma ko man lang, ma-express ko na na-appreciate ko talaga yung ginawa ni PRRD sa bansa natin. 'Di ba? You're not gonna get that kind of love. No politician is gonna get that kind of love na kagaya ng kay PRRD. 'Di ba?
Except VP. You
Oh,
could
except
say.
VP, yeah, except the Dutertes, 'di ba? I don't think kaya niya. Merong mag-volunteer for Mama Lenny na mananangis na sobrang mahal na mahal niya si Mama Lenny. I don't think so.
So Miss Joey, which political camp do you think is behind itong gusto nilang pigilan yung signature campaign? What camp?
Anyone who doesn't want the Supreme Court to release its decision on the habeas corpus cases.
Supporters ng Group F4.
Bakit ayaw nyo, 'di ba? Bakit ayaw nyo dumagdag sa pressure sa Supreme Court para once and for all isettle na ang legal status ng pagkidnap kay PRRD?
Yeah.
Because that is the first step in bringing PRRD home. Why do you not want that to be resolved?
Kasi kung ayaw nila, fine, but issue resolution, right? Mag-decide na sila kung ayaw nila.
Correct. Oo. 'Di ba? Mag-decide na kayo. So, ibig sabihin, kung kunwari, isasara nyo yung option na yan, sasabihin nyo, legal yung pagpunta ni PRRD sa, pagpapadala kay PRRD sa The Hague. Diba? Then we find something else in order to bring PRRD home. Diba?
Dinidribble eh. In my view, dinidribble. It's being dribbled.
Ayun. So, yung mga ganon, okay, sa akin lang naman, if you have other ways, diba, to help this campaign, to help this movement, we are all ears. We are all ears because we cannot really go on another month, another year of injustice. Ayun. Inuupuan ng SC Iwas Pusoy eh. Sabi ni Sir Ignis. Ayun nga yung problem. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko eh, na parang yun yung unacceptable. Yun yung na-feel natin sa Supreme Court. Kaya nga, what we want is for the Supreme Court to act on it. Please, swiftly. 'Di ba? Kung sakali, isang araw, bigla na lang, hindi pa natin na-file yung petition natin, nag-decision na yung Supreme Court. Diba? Is our effort wasted? No. Kasi ibig sabihin, ngayon na nagpapalakad tayo ng signature campaign na gusto natin silang mag-decide in one way or another, narinig nila yan. Na hindi tayo masaya that it took 9 months for them to make a decision on this. Diba? Saan po makakakuha ng printable form, tas yung address sa NC, nasa NC kasi ako, salamat. Sabi ni Sir Geno. Sir Geno, punta po kayo sa page ko. Dito sa YouTube. Check niyo po yung mga post ko. Nandun po yung link. Ayun. Ayan. Miss Joey, may lumapit sa akin clarifying the process. Magpapaprint daw sa class reunion nila this month. Okay, simple lang naman yung process. Magpaprint, basahin niyo po yung yung letter. Ngayon, kung magpapasignature kayo, you make sure na yung mga questions ng mga magtatanong, masasagot ninyo, may explain niyo yung purpose ng movement, before collecting the signatures. And then, kapag na-collect niyo na yung signatures, all you need to do is to send the signature sheet doon sa designated address. Kapag ka nalagay na yung, na-send nyo na sa designated address yung di very good. Ngayon, we encourage everyone to take a pictures of those who are signing and post it in your social media form. Of course, kung ayaw nila, wag nyong picturean. Diba? But ang point namin, why we want you to document it and post it in social media is because we want the entire world to see that PRRD is loved and supported here in the Philippines. That the ICC has no business in judging the policies that PRRD did in our country. Because we elected him for that specific purpose. Sinusuportahan natin kung ano yung ginawa ni PRRD bilang presidente, sinusuportahan natin yun. Diba? Ayan.
Wala, may question for me.
Oo. Sabi ni Evic Timeless, do you really believe the signature petition will free PRRD? The fact is this, baka government has arranged the surrender to ICC. Isn't it more proper to plan ways to remove this corrupt? Eh di pag-start ka na magplano. Di mag-start ka, ikaw magplano ka na kung paano mo i-remove si BBM. What we want here is the legal foundation doon sa illegality ng pag-arrest kay PRRD. Okay? And we believe it is a way to legally bring PRRD back home. And if you do not believe that, and if you think there are other ways, di mag-start ka na. We believe in this step. We believe that it's going to contribute in bringing PRRD home. If you do not believe that, and if you think you can find other way, o edi simulan mo na.
Ay.
The root of these issues must be the one to be resolved. Yun nga, yung legal issue nga, yun yung i-resolve mo muna.
Kung legal yung pagkidnap, well, yung extrajudicial rendition, we want the Supreme Court to declare if it's illegal or not. Yun nga yun eh.
Correct, yun nga yung root cause dito.
Just
So ngayon, ibig sabihin, okay? Ibig sabihin, gusto ko naman, no? Kung i-declare ng Supreme Court na illegal yung pagpapadala kay PRRD, ibig sabihin, meron na tayong legal foundation to bring PRRD back home. Okay? Ngayon, gagawin ba yan ng Bangag Administration o hindi? Hindi natin alam. Posibleng hindi. Okay? Posibleng hindi gawin yan ni BBM. Pero remember, Inday Sara is going to be president.
Yep.
If Inday Sara is going to be a president and we have a ruling of the Supreme Court, aren't you preparing the legal justification for Inday Sara to get his father from The Hague?
True.
Because of that decision, if it timeless.
Kaya nga, Miss Joey, kailan tayo magpo-file ng ganyan? Pag presidente na si Inday, we should file it now as soon as possible.
Exactly! Yan, root cause kayo ng root cause. Pagkatapos yung legal question, ayaw niyong i-resolve.
Oh, there's a question here from Axz Bose 3521 to Daniel. Where's GMA at this time? What is her stand? Yes, gusto ko yan. I've been pushing for that, yung Hague Invasion Act.
Remember, ICC walang military yan. Tayo meron.
Yeah.
Ngayon, if Inday is, if there is a decision from the SC that the taking of PRRD is illegal and PRRD has to be brought before the Supreme Court because of the habeas corpus cases, that is if the Supreme Court is going to decide on our favor, diba? That is if it's the Supreme Court is going to decide on our favor. Hindi you're laying the legal foundation of Inday Sara's act in the future. Diba? Yung mga sinasabi, root cause, hindi mag-plan na lang kayo ng iba. Wala naman pumipigil sa'yo mag-plan ngayon kung ano man yung gusto nyong gawin sa buhay ninyo. Di gawin ninyo. Diba? Ba't ako pinipilit ninyo na gumawa ng plano ninyo? Plano nyo yan. Diba? Kung gusto nyo itumba yung BBM administration, gusto siyang i-oust, itumba, or gusto nyo magrebelde, magkudita, edi magplano kayo, bahala kayo sa buhay ninyo, huwag nyo isama.
Actually, that's yun yung thought process ko eh. We have 3 branches of government: executive, legislative, judiciary. Now, if the judiciary, like you said, Ms. Joy, decides on our favor in these petitions, and let's say they declare the act of the group effort, kidnapping, extrajudicial surrender, void arrest warrant, etc. Okay, so that's in our favor. Pagdating sa executive, naging president na si VP Inday, she will execute, for example, the legislature, they will pass a Hague Invasion Act, and you have the legal foundation, like what you said, Ms. Joy, na kidnapping yun, and she will execute a rescue operation based on the judiciary declaration of backed up, di ba?
Exactly. So kaya yung mga actually ang pinakatanga dito, yung mga nagsasabi, do you really believe that PRRD is going to be able to signature campaign? I believe PRRD should be brought back to the Philippines. That's what I believe. Ngayon kung kayo, hindi kayo naniniwala na dapat iuwi si PRRD, then I have no business talking to you.
Yes. Kung
Kung hindi
makasalita
kayo naniniwala na dapat iuwi si PRRD dito sa Pilipinas, I have no fucking business talking to you.
Yeah, kung magsalita sila, akala mo ayaw nila pauwiin si PRRD, di ba? The way I read documents, as if ayaw nila.
Do you really believe that the petition, kineme, ganyan. How about you? What do you really believe? And what can you do?
We are exhausting all means to bring him back home legally, not by stupid yung mga impractical na, na doesn't really achieve anything, yung mga performative. That's what we're doing.
Correct.
Follow up po sana. Oh, the judiciary decides in our favor, kidnapping yun. When the legislator will pass a law, Hague Invasion, kasi kidnapping, what do? Who will execute the rescue operation? Diba? These are foundations, Miss Joey, like you said. You put it all down. You don't go to 2028 in a vacuum na wala kang anything.
Correct. Diyos ko. Because these people cannot do legal math. Yun yung problem. Pero, we have to, the root cause, kineme, ganyan. So, how are you going to deal with the root cause? Okay? There are some legal questions there. There are some structural questions there.
Graph ko nga.
Okay, ang problema natin si BBM. Siya ang nagdala dun sa, how you're going to hold BBM accountable? Sige nga. O gusto ninyo, itumba nyo si BBM? O di, i-mount nyo na. Susuportahan ko kayo dyan, kung kaya nyo. It is as if nag-organize na kayo ng massive rally. It is as if nagpunta na kayo sa rally ng bonggang-bongga. Diba? Were you able to mount any rally na successful? Were you able to mount a rally where you can call all the Duterte supporter in one place? And does it have impact? Eh di kung kaya ninyo, edi gawin ninyo. Parutkos pa kayo. Ayaw nyo namang i-address yung legal question, mga tanga. Actually, yan yung pinaka-annoying na question. No? Do you really believe that the signature campaign, I believe that PRRD should be brought home. And I'm going to do everything within my power to make that possible.
Ano, magra-rally na lang tayo paulit-ulit? Yan lang ba?
Diba? If you do not believe that PRRD should be brought home, I have no business talking to you.
Yeah.
Di ka pala naniniwala mapapauwi si PRRD eh.
So wala
Diba?
wala na tayong pag-usapan kung
Hindi
ganyan.
ka pag-uusapan. Hindi ka kasama sa laban. Ang laban na to, para dun sa mga tao naniniwala na dapat iuwi si PRRD. Ngayon, kung hindi ka naniniwala na mapapauwi si PRRD, hindi ka kasama dito sa laban na to. Hindi ka part nitong movement na to. Kung hindi ka naniniwala na hindi na mapapauwi si kung hindi ka naniniwala na mapapauwi pa si PRRD, hindi ka kasama sa laban na to. Again, kung hindi ka naniniwala na mapapauwi pa si PRRD, hindi ka kasama sa laban na to. Okay? Ganun lang kasimple yan. If you do not believe that PRRD should be brought home, or you do not believe in the possibility that PRRD can be brought home, wala tayong dapat pag-usapan. Kasi yun yung pinaglalaban namin dito eh. Mapauwi si PRRD.
Huwag na
Kahit gaano kalaki yung pag-asa na yan, kahit gaano kaliit yung pag-asa na yan, we are going to fight for it.
Yeah. Huwag na silang sirain yung moral ng mga tao. That's not helping. Huwag na silang sirain yung moral ng tao.
Oo.
If you claim to support the old man, you don't say things like that. Kasi lahat we're finding our own way. Brainstorming everything legal way to bring him back. Signature campaign, everything to complement each other, help one another. Tapos sila, live stream, rally. Anong mangyayari dyan? Balik nyo sa kanila yung tanong. You don't think the signature campaign is helpful? What is your alternative? Anong ginagawa ninyo? Besides poisoning the well with your yung mga negativity na ganyan.
I think humahabol pa lang sa usapan si Evic, baka galing coma, sabi ni Ocean. Hindi, nagpupunta na siya dito ng mga previous live. Hindi ko nga alam kung ba't hindi niya naiintindihan kasi ilang beses na nga in-explain. Ayun, in-explain na rin yan last time eh. Di ba nga, ang usapan natin dito is, look at what happened to the interim release of PRRD. Hindi in-approve. Do you really expect that ICC is going to issue any positive decision to PRRD? No. Wala na. ICC is spent. It's done. Kung aabangan mo ang ICC, hindi ka makakakuha ng pabor na desisyon dyan kay PRRD. So what we need to do is to look at our situation here in the Philippines. Marami pa tayong mga remedy sa Supreme Court na hindi na pagdidesisyonan ng Supreme Court. Let's resolve that. Diba?
Maraming people were hesitant before, yung mga higher-ups, to float yung Hague Invasion Act kasi tingin nila na mapapahamak daw si PRRD sa kaso. And like what you said,
the mere fact na dilagay nila si PRRD doon sa ICC, napahamak na siya. And these people, actually strategy nila yan eh, so that the Duterte supporters are going to shut up. They want us to believe that something positive is going to come up dyan sa ICC. But sabi ko nga, okay, sabi nga natin, even Sas said the reason why PRRD was brought to The Hague is because they want PRRD to be in a situation where he cannot win.
The it's rigged.
It's rigged.
It's
Eh kaya
rigged.
sinasabi niya, kaya DDS, kaya hindi naniniwala yung ICC na walang influence yan, kasi ingay-ingay ng mga DDS. Dapat kasi mga DDS tahimik lang.
Ay, hindi
That's
pwede.
exactly what they want us to do. To shut up and hope that ICC is going to release a positive order to PRRD. But like I said, it's a trap. Wala na, spent na yung ICC.
You see,
Spent na yan, done na yan.
yeah, Miss Joey, I agree 100% kasi biruin mo yung sinabi ng isang judge, yung babaeng judge ba yun? Nung nag-decide sila sa appeal ng interim release, anong sinabi niya? The reason why we cannot release you is because meron kang network of supporters.
Exactly.
Yan,
And that is just really, really stupid, no? Na parang,
oh,
putang ina nyo pala, former president yan eh. Malamang, kung walang network of supporter yan, edi hindi yan nanalo in the first place.
kesyo daw, may network of supporter pag pinalaya. You know, we will not return him back for trial, ganun. Tsaka ano daw na network of supporter, yung basis for interim release is health and age consideration. They're making shit up, sorry out of thin air itong network of supporter. They're making it up. Wala yan sa Rome Statute. Na kapag may network of supporter ka, as a detained, hindi ka pwede ma-release.
Flight risk ka kasi meron ka raw network of supporters.
Sira ulo.
Then, if that's the case, then you up the security of PRRD while he's out of the detention facility. 'Di ba? Problema niyo yun. Problema. You're going to fault a person from having network of supporter? Naging presidente nga yan. 'Di ba? So doon pa lang, wala credibility tong ICC.
Walang logic, walang justice,
Oo.
wala.
Wala nang ano yan. Parang, ifo-fault niyo yung tao for having a network of supporter.
Presidente.
Naging presidente nga yan ng 2016. Bumaba yan sa pwesto, 80% yung approval rate niya at saka satisfaction rating niyan. And you expect wala siyang network of support because of that? Mahal nga siya ng tao, 'di ba? And you expect walang network of support? Tarantado ba kayo? He is popularly elected and you are expecting wala siyang support? Tarantado ba kayo, ICC? So, ngayon, are you expecting that something positive is going to come up from the ICC? Of course not.
I remember,
ICC is corrupt.
yes. I remember what Miss Sass wrote nung March. Sabi ni Miss Sass, this judgment by the ICC, they're sending a message. Kayo mga Pilipino kayo, wala kayong karapatan pumili ng mga leader na labanan ng illegal drugs. It's actually an insult to our democracy. Network of supporters, you're going to invoke that. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan namin ng validation ninyo bago kami mag-vote ng, iboto ng
support ninyo ang kukunin namin? Putang ina nyo dyan. Diba? Support nyo ang kukunin namin? Yung kapwa namin Pilipino, pag merong network of support, you're going to take it against that person? Tarantado ba kayo?
Itong putang itong putang inang ICC na to, hindi lang judicial system gusto nilang sakupin, pati yung electoral system, they decide, sila na rin yung COMELEC ngayon.
And our political wisdom.
You have to subscribe.
In saying na, are you replacing the wisdom of our own leader in solving our drug problem?
Exactly. Putang itong ICC.
Diba? So, sabi ko, wala na yung ICC. Wala na tayo mapapala dyan. Corrupt yung ICC. ICC is spent. It's done deal. Wala na tayo makukuha dyan.
Kahit palitan mo yung abogado ni PRRD, paulit-ulit, the court is rigged. The court is rigged.
The lawyer cannot really, you're working in a corrupt system. You can only do so much.
Yeah.
Kahit palitan mo yung abogado niyan 10 times. It's gonna be the same.
Ganun.
Diba? So, yun.
Okay.
Ayan. So, ngayon, yung ganito, ang nakakainis kasi yung iba parang question ng question dun sa initiative eh.
Yeah.
You can ask nicely. Ganon. Ang problem kasi dun sa iba, yung parang, bakit ganyan ang ginagawa nyo? Itigil nyo na yan kasi panloloko. Putang ina ninyo. Kung kayo hindi naniniwala na dapat pauwiin si PRRD, I believe that PRRD should be brought back.
Me too. Yeah. All of us.
And if you think PRRD can't be brought back anymore, through this step or through other steps, then you're not in this fight. We are in this fight of bringing PRRD home. Ngayon, kung di kayo naniniwala na mapapauwi pa si PRRD, edi putang ina ninyo, hindi namin kayo kasama. Doon kayo sa mga kakamping na naniniwala na hindi na mapapauwi si PRRD. Because I believe that PRRD should be brought back home, whether may maliit na chance, malaking chance, I'm going to fight for it. If you do not want to fight for it, shut the fuck up. Makitim ka na doon sa mga DDH.
Ay, amen.
Kasi it means you accepted the kidnapping. You accepted that it is okay. Ito, hindi ka namin kasama, hindi ka namin kakampi. Putang ina mo. Diba? Ganun lang yung kasimple.
Wala lang. Ang talagang, ano ko is, yung mindset ko talaga yun, Miss Joey, I'm sorry. Hague Invasion Act. We're looking towards the future. Wala nang legal defense na yun. It's rigged. Kailangan na Kasi, if we admit, and it is true, it is a kidnapping, what do you do in a kidnapping? Magpapalaro, you will play games with the rigged judges? If it's a kidnapping, what do you do? You rescue, send a rescue operation. Kasi hostage yung tao eh.
Oo.
Ngayon, naka-hostage PRRD.
Oo. Daniel, I think it was you who pointed it out eh. Yung isang judge na sa interim release ni PRRD is the judge that decided before na walang jurisdiction yung ICC sa investigation. But nag-decision siya doon sa interim release that PRRD should not be granted interim release, right? Tama ba?
May I shed light on that? Yeah, it was me. May I shed light on that quickly lang? Itong judge na ito, napansin ko kasi nung September or May 2021, I don't know which one, appeals ata or yung decision mismo, when they were deciding whether that the ICC has jurisdiction in the first place to grant yung request ng prosecution, na si Karim Khan pa yun, yung kalbo, to grant his request, yun yung petition is to grant his request for opening a preliminary investigation in the Philippines. So ito na yung investigation proper. September 2021, it was open, it was granted. One of the judges there said that he would be so the vote was 3-2. 3-2 yung boto. Tatlong judge, sinabi nila pwede mag-investigate yung ICC sa Pilipinas. Yung dalawa nag-dissent. So but they were outvoted 3-2. Yung isa diyan, Lord Kipandays, yung name Lord Kipandays, nag-vote siya ng no, wala ang jurisdiction ang ICC para investigate sa Pilipinas kasi na-expire na yung jurisdiction o yung residual jurisdiction kung meron man, wala na yun kasi March 2019 close na yung window from 2018 withdrawal 2019, close na yun. Tapos he was one of the judges sa recent appeals chamber decision on the interim release of PRRD. Itong si Lord Kipandays, putang ina niya, he was 3-0. So dapat naging at least 2-1. Dapat 2-1 yun eh. Naging 3-0. He joined with the majority. So
not
back
to extend the interim release.
Yes. So in 2021, you voted, nanindigan ka na walang jurisdiction ng ICC to even enter or it has jurisdiction at all at the Philippines. Ngayon, when it comes to the interim release, you said no. We agree on all the three grounds. Network of supporters, flight risk, etc. You voted to deny the interim release. Ano nangyari?
What gives?
Walang prinsipyo yung mga yan.
Correct.
Wala kayong mga puti yan.
Kaya wala kayong umasa na may mangyayari dyan sa ICC. Walang mangyayari dyan. Ayun. Dapat ma-wanted yung mga judges na yan dito sa Pinas at kapag natsambahan, hulihin.
100%. Dapat actually, we should propose that din, yung move na yan. That's another thing we should explore, no? Sorry, I'll give you the full name para malaman ng mga Pilipino itong traidor na ito. Gotcha Lord Kipandays, one of the appellate judges for yesterday's decision rejecting PRRD's interim release, was actually one of the two dissenting votes when the ICC's pretrial chamber voted 3-2 to authorize, appeals chamber voted 3-2 to authorize an preliminary investigation or investigation proper into alleged crimes committed in the war on drugs in September 2021. Arguing that the court already lost its residual jurisdiction after 2 years after withdrawal took effect.
And that yung decision niya na yun before, that follows the same line of argument of Attorney Harry Roque when it comes to the residual jurisdiction of ICC. In fact, which Attorney Harry Roque clearly explained in so many occasions.
Yes.
Tapos ngayon biglang yung judge na yan, iba yung naging Stance.
Nanindigan siya na walang jurisdiction. Ano nangyari after 4 years? Ano yung motivation mo? Ba't ka bumaliktad? Dapat 2-1 yan eh. 3-0. Kasi nanonood ako ng hearing kasi ba yung babae lang nagsasalita, yung babae. Tapos sa gilid, I think left side or right side niya. Sabi ko, familiar to eh. Sabi ko, parang nagamit ko, I used this picture before for an article or whatever. Sabi ko, you look familiar. Tumaba konti. Natakto si Lord. Pag when they announced the voting, Lord Kipanday, so, ito yung one of the 3-2. Yung ikaw nag-dissenting ka dati. Nako, sorry, yun lang. I'm sorry for the curse. Pero yun talaga, galit talaga sa Gotcha. Yan, Judge Gotcha Lord Kipandays. Yan, siya yun.
Ayun. Anyway, siya 4:00 na, oras na para tayo matulog. Ayan. Thank you, Daniel, for staying with us until 4 a.m.
Thank you, Ms. Joey.
Hindi ka gumimik? Hindi ka gumimik?
Hindi. And matagal rin na, I wanted to join this discussion kasi it's been a while na rin. And I wanted to get your thoughts kasi yung mga sinasabi yung kabilang kampo about yung confidential funds, may mga bagong arguments sila eh. So I wanted to be enlightened about that. Yun lang.
Ayun. Well, anyway, just to wrap up, meron ka bang last na message? Like, for example, for VP Sara and all the black propaganda that's going to escalate moving forward. Alam mo, they're going to take advantage of the Christmas season, ha? Kasi magkakasama yung mga pamilya, ganyan-ganyan. So, mag-a-up sila sa mag-a-up sila sa black propaganda niya ng bonggang-bongga. Actually, this is going to be a long battle para itumba si Inday Sara.
Yes.
Bigat as it may, it doesn't mean that we should relax. Yeah. In fact, dapat ngayon mag-push back tayo. You're going to meet your friends and relatives ngayong Christmas season. And, you talk to them. You explain to them. You challenge their position. Logically, sensibly, with basis. Diba? Kasi oras na to para oras na to para talaga push back. Ayun.
Message ko lang, Ms. Joey, is we have to be prepared for another round of censorship.
I'm sure.
We have to prepare. Kasi magbaban sila, magsha-shadow ban, report. And the other thing, chilling effect. Narinig ko, ito nilang papatawag ulit yung mga vloggers sa fake news, another pro. Itutuloy nila from 19 to 20.
Ito naman si Evic, sabi niya, now, what authority has the SE over the SE has over the ICC after they declare PRRD was illegally abducted? First and foremost, hindi po kasama sa debate whether or not the SC has authority over ICC. It's not part of the question.
ICC is not the respondents. So no. Irrelevant. Sinagot ko na to sa post ko last time eh. Listen to Attorney Pablo.
Do you even follow the conversation, Evic?
May I'll just give a quick answer. No, we're not saying that the Supreme Court has authority over the ICC. We are saying, just like what Kitty's petition, Miss Kitty Duterte's petition is arguing for, that the Supreme Court, yes, it does not have jurisdiction over the ICC, pero hindi yun yung argument. Yung argument is that the Supreme Court has authority over the group effort, the officials responsible for the kidnapping, detention, surrender, extralegal surrender of PRD. The officials, they have to be held accountable. Yung Supreme Court, may jurisdiction sila sa mga group effort, sila
since kayo ang last touch diyan kay Digong, since kayo ang last touch diyan, wala kayo, gawin niyo lahat ng makakaya ninyo para ibalik yan kasi hindi niyo kung kunwari papaboran tayo ng Supreme Court, kunwari lang naman. I am not that's the goal na sana paboran tayo ng Supreme Court, malaki ang chance pero hindi natin alam. But if ever pinaboran tayo ng Supreme Court at sinabi niya, "Oy, group effort, kayo ang nagdala diyan sa ICC. Kayo ang magbalik, kayo ang kumuha sa ICC." Bala kayo. Dalhin niyo yan dito sa court na to at i-justify ninyo kung bakit legal ang pagpapadala niyo diyan sa
yun yung judicial
question. Kaya nga naka-reference to dun sa mga habeas corpus cases. Okay? Basahin nyo kasi yung sulat bago kayo magtanong.
Yeah, so Ms. Joey, my message lang, last message, this is important. Yeah, we have to expect another round of censorship. Chilling effect. They're going to ask the bloggers, ipapahiya na naman tayo. They'll try sa Quadcom or whatever hearing they're gonna do on fake news. Censorship, very important. Yung mga DDS influencers, vloggers, Miss Joey, Miss Sas, everybody else, gumawa na kayo ng Substack or whatever platform outside of Facebook or email list. to send yung mga posts if in case they go for the jugular and ban everyone, they wipe everyone out. At least we can still reach you with our writings and exposés. At kayo, hindi naman nila kayang i-ban lahat tayo ng mga DDS. Kaya lang nila yung mga influencer, in case yung mga DDS influencer, gumawa tayo ng gumawa tayo ng Substack or whatever email, get an email list. Padala natin yung mga mga articles or exposés or posts, because and mag-follow rin yung mga DDS supporters, organic. You have to follow yung mga gumagawa ng mga ng mga Substack and everything. Yun lang, Miss Joey. We have to anticipate because like what you said before, that was such a good point, no? Na the reason why na sinasabi ng mga iba dyan na ay tumahimik lang kayo kasi pinapahamak yung kaso ni PRRD kasi may network of supporters daw, kaya sabi ng mga judges, they want to shut us up. We should not shut up. We have to push back, like what Miss Joey said. Continue lang.
Correct, oo. Ayun. So anyway, for the nth time, yung mga nagtatanong dyan na parang, makakontrabahutusan ba natin hindi po kasama sa legal question yung ICC dito. Sa ginagawa natin. Hindi kasama. Again, isulat ninyo. Sulat nyo sa notebook nyo, bilis. Hindi kasama yung ICC dito sa pinaparesolve natin sa Supreme Court. Okay? Hindi kasama na nire-resolve yung issue ng kung meron bang power ang Supreme Court sa ICC. Walang ganon. Okay? Ayun. Walang ganon. You mentioned in the reasons of this petition is for the release of PRRD. So how will it be possible only when VP Inday takes her presidency? It's going to be possible if first you have the legal foundation to do that.
Nakakapagod i-explain ng mga ganyan. So,
Oo.
if you don't get...
Nakikinig ka ba, Yvick? Nakikinig ka ba? And explain, yung una mong question, sinabi ko na yan.
If you don't get it, you're never gonna get it.
Ang goal is to have a legal foundation of our further move on how to bring PRRD home.
Maraming moving parts. The point is, everyone has to do their part. We're doing our part with the signature campaign. Signature campaign, Supreme Court has to decide. We have to vote for VP. Yun, maraming moving parts eh. Senators have to file legislation for Hague invasion. Ganun.
Oh.
Everyone has to work. We're working.
Hindi ko
wala yung mga ganyan. Wala.
Paulit-ulit eh.
Ano yun?
Oo. Gusto mo bang umakyat, Yvick Timeless? Kung aakyat ka, mag-e-extend ako.
4:30, no?
Kung aakyat ka, mag-e-extend ako. Kasi nakakapagod na eh. Gusto ko lang malaman kung naiintindihan mo ba. I-recite mo muna yung explanation ko kanina kung meron kang naintindihan doon o wala. Para alam namin exactly kung nasaan ka. Tapos i-guide ka namin sa kaliwanagan. Bilis, tatsagain kita.
Kanina pa tayo nag-explain.
Yung explanation namin, okay, you explain it again. Para alam namin kung nasaan yung pag-unawa mo. Para mag-guide ka namin sa kaliwanagan. Game. Kasi baka mamaya hindi mo lang pala talaga naiintindihan kasi baka meron ka ibang pagkakaintindi sa mga bagay-bagay. So, ang gagawin natin, i-recite mo yung pagkakaintindi mo doon sa petition. Okay? Para ma-figure out natin kung anong part doon yung hindi mo naiintindihan. Akyat. Ano na? O ayan, so ibig sabihin, hindi mo talaga alam yung mga tinatanong mo or sinasadya mo na hindi talaga intindihin yung mga eksplanasyon. Diba? Ay, nag-imbita ako. I'm very, very patient here. 3 yung question mo, 3 yung sagot ko.
May troll, Miss Joey, sa live chat. May troll.
Ano sabi?
Fake news daw kayo. Napahiya daw that issue ni Ramil Madriaga.
Bakit napahiya sa issue ni Ramil Madriaga? May 2 persona naman talaga.
Sabi daw niya na si Harry Roque mismo nagkwento na yung nakakulong siya rin yung katabi ni VP sa picture.
Hindi nila naiintindihan yung tale of two Ramil, okay? Yung tale of two Ramil, okay? in social media and yung Ramil na kidnapper created two persona. Yung Ramil na nag-a-update ng buhay niya at sinasabi ninyo na totoong Ramil, ay bakit siya free, malayang-malaya at update pa ng update ng mga kung ano-anong kaletsehan sa kanyang sariling Facebook. And at the same time, yung Ramil na sinasabi niyong kidnapper na nakakulong, nasa custody ng gobyerno. So ngayon, kung 2022, nakakulong na siya, hinahunting na siya, okay? 2022 ng July 2022. Kung hinahunting-hunting na siya, ay bakit pa siya nakakapag-post ng picture ng pamilya niya, graduation niya sa Philippine Christian University, ganyan-ganyan. At that time, nagkaroon na ng enkwentro, may patay na isang pulis, tapos sila nagtatago. Isang taon nang nagtatago si Ramil before siya na-aresto noong 2023. So ano yung mga possibility to? Dahil meron kang dalawang persona, isa sa mga possibility nun, baka dalawang tao yan. 'Di ba? Or posible din na isang tao yan, pero bakit dalawa yung personality? Why is it allowed?
Fake news
You
kayo.
have to reconcile that. You have to reconcile that. Ayun, wow, balikan nyo ang live ni Joe. Ang sabi nyo, naghanap sila ng kapangalan, bigla kayong kabig ngayon. Oh, talaga naman. Talaga naman. Ibang-iba yung kapangalan dun sa social media at saka yung kapangalan dun sa Ramil Madriaga na nakakulong. Talaga naman. So, sino yung Madriaga sa FB at saka sino yung Madriagang nakakulong? Because the personality doesn't match. Pinoposan ng mga BBM vloggers, yun yung legit account ni Madriaga eh. Hindi naman kami yung nagsabi na yun yung legit account ni Madriaga. BBM vloggers at saka anti-BDH vloggers.
Sila nag-expose niyan, yung account niya.
Sabi niya, iisa nga. Di ngayon kung iisa, i-reconcile mo. Bakit iisa? Bakit yung FB Madriaga ay nakakapag-update ng kanyang mga buhay-buhay, nakakulong siya. Care to explain that, Anonymous 211? Yun yung i-explain mo. I-explain mo. Bakit hinahunting siya ng kapulisan isang taon before July 2023, pero nakapag-post pa siya ng picture ng family niya, concert ng mga kasama mga anak niya, ng May 2023. Reconcile mo, bakit? Bakit yung nakakulong at saka yung FB Madriaga, magkaiba ng lifestyle? Kung iisa pala sila. Bilis, i-reconcile nyo na. Nakakulong siya, pero tuloy-tuloy ang update dun sa FB niya. Paano nangyari yun? It's either we have two persons here or one person assisted by someone in the government. Explain! Explain! Hindi, Anonymous, sagutin mo yung tanong. Okay, sagutin mo yung tanong. Iisang tao pala eh. So kung iisang tao, bakit yung Madriaga sa FB nakakapagbakasyon kung saan-saan? May kasama pang concert, kasama mga anak.
Nag-graduate.
Nag-graduate pa, pero nakakulong pala. At hinahunting pala ng kapulisan.
Late post daw, late post.
Bakit siya nakapag-late post? Even if it is late post. Remember yung Madriaga FB, ang pinaka-late na post niya, May 2023.
2 months before arrest. 2
months before his arrest. Paano mo ma-explain na yung nagtatago at hinahunting ng gobyerno? Remember ha, July 2022, may enkwentro yan sa mga pulis, may napatay na pulis. So continuous ang manhunt sa kanya from 2022 until nung maaresto siya nung the following year. Nagtatago yan. And if you're going to watch all the news report, yun ang sinasabi kay Madriaga. Nagtatago siya, isang taon siyang nagtatago prior ng kanyang arrest. Now again, reconcile the two person. Actually, nakanaka yun isas ng bonggang-bongga dun.
Saan ka nakikita ng ganyan? Nagtatago from the manhunt, tapos
Oo.
publicly napapost kung mga...
Oo.
Okay.
Nakana kayo ni Sas doon. So your argument is, hindi naman dalawang tao. Di sige, isang tao. I-reconcile niyo yung dalawang persona.
Dalawang persona, yung ibig sabihin ni Sas, dalawang persona.
Oo. I-reconcile niyo yung dalawang persona.
Ni Miss Sas, yeah.
Diba? Kasi kung kunwari, ang unang step dyan, you can't be nagtatago and at the same time, hinahanap ka ng mga pulis. Hinahunting ka ng mga pulis. So it must be two different people. It must be two different person. Okay? Sinasabi ninyo, iisang tao. Sinasabi niyo, iisang tao. O, ganyan ngayon, kung iisang tao, explain nyo paano naging iisang tao yan. 'Di ba? Explain nyo, hindi anonymous. Mag-explain ka. Bakit iisang tao? Bakit siya iisang tao? 'Di ba? Ayun. Ganun lang yan kasimple. Nakana kayo ni Sas doon ng isang matindi.
Tingin ko hindi to DDH. Ano siya?
Ayun.
Other side.
Oo.
Hindi siya DDH. From the other side.
Ayun. Ayun lang. Anyway, ganun. Nakakaloka lang. O pagkatapos, yung Madriaga pa sa affidavit, ang sabi, LLB, tapos nakalimutan niyang ilagay yung niya, yung educational attainment niya na mas recent. 'Di ba? Pagkatapos PSG pero epileptic yung kidnapper na Madriaga, epileptic at may high blood pressure.
I don't think PSG.
Reconcile the two persona. Reconcile the two persona. Unfortunately, nakanaka yun ni Sas doon ng isang matindi. Ayun. Paki-explain bakit magkamukha yung dalawa tapos same place ang nunal. We do not know. You explain why they are the same person. Sabi ko nga, pwede yung dalawang tao. Kung dalawang tao, that explains. Kaya magkaiba yung lifestyle ng isa at yung lifestyle ng kidnapper. 'Di ba? Ngayon kung sinasabi nyo, iisang tao, o di explain nyo, paano naging isang tao yan? Ganun lang yan kasimple. Ganun lang yung kasimple. O siya, sige na, matulog na tayo. Matulog na tayo. Thank you, Daniel. Sas, good night. Ayan, ibababa ko na to si Sas.